Just witnessed the miracle in Mallow, that's what they're calling it, and by they I mean me. Ardmore have beaten Ballybacon Grange at Tipperary in the AIB Munster Junior Final, and they did it finishing with 12 men. They only had 13 men going out for the second half against Ballybacon's 15. Wayne Hennessy and Jack Walsh, the goalkeeper, getting sent off, and former Waterford forward, can't remember his name, getting sent off in the end, but he also got 2-5. Seamus Prendergast, how does it feel to be a Munster champion with your club for the first time?
That's the greatest achievement of my life, and this winning with Ardmore Munster final, and as you say, coming 13 men at half time, but we went into the break and there was nothing going to stop us coming out in that second half. Wayne, probably one of our greatest ever players, come out of Ardmore getting sent off harshly enough is what I thought, and to be missing him in the second half and come out and win the game without him, it was unbelievable. And same with Jack Welch, a young lad coming up, just unlucky to get sent off, but we said at half time we weren't going to lose, and we just came out and we weren't going to lose in the second half, simple as that.
I was saying it in commentary, Declan, that you were going to have to be first to every ball, and boy were you, and you led by example. What was said at half time, and talk to me about that second half and how it all kind of played out?
Well, I suppose half time, everyone inside just decided a big work rate was needed. Then I suppose when we were down to 13, the men sent off just right at half time. I suppose they thought they maybe nothing to do, only come out and play against us and beat us. So it probably worked easier for us. Every fellow worked a bit harder. They made mistakes on the ball. I suppose that we counteracted scores on. So I suppose the work rate that we did have in the second half, I suppose that was the key to it.
We put a huge effort in. There's only one thing we want now, and we won't leave no stone unturned to try and get that far, and get to Croke Park for this club.
Declan, does it mean even more because you're getting to the kind of later stages of your career?
Definitely. Look, there's only a few years left in us. Look, I suppose there's other lads after retiring before us, but it's nice to go back to your club and to finish out your years back there. That's where it all started, and that's where I want to see it finish now. And to be nice, I don't have an All-Ireland medal, so this is the one I'm going to try and win.
And how did you keep yourself fit to be able to go out there and outrun young fellas and get out in front and win balls? I mean, you look like a 22-year-old out there.
Look, I suppose when you're winning and when you have a great group of lads around you, it makes it a lot easier. Maybe if we were down a few points, it mightn't be as easy to run as faster.
The chip on the shoulder thing, it kept you motivated.
It definitely did, yeah, definitely did.
Declan and Seamus, thank you very much. Ardmore, the Munster champions, they have achieved the miracle of Mallow.
Yeah, Oisín Langan joins us. How are you doing, Oisín?
Good morning, lads. I'm okay considering the circumstances. The greatest day in GAA circumstances in Ardmore's history, to kind of paraphrase F and Eddie.
There you go. Tell us a little bit about this, because obviously you are an Ardmore club person. So this is actually incredible for you guys, and just explain a little bit to everybody who doesn't know anything about Ardmore why this matters so much.
Well, look, we're a small village on the seaside in Waterford, and funnily enough, we probably shouldn't actually be in junior hurling because we got relegated from intermediate last year, and a couple of years before that we had been a senior club. As you're well aware, we've got some top quality players, Seamus and Declan Prendergast, Jack Walsh, the young goalkeeper, he's class. David and John Gartland were a part of a Dungarvan Colleges team that won an All-Ireland, beating St Kieran's in the final. So, and Seamus Keating, who's currently part of the Waterford panel. But when they got relegated, when that happens, you can kind of do one of two things. You can say, well, sure, that's it, and give up, or you can work incredibly hard, as this bunch of lads have, and fight your way back and win the county title, which they did, and now they've gone on to do something they've never done, which is the Munster title. So it means so much to everyone. You could even see it with Seamus and Declan there, and even what Declan said, I've never won an All-Ireland medal, and Seamus was the same. For all the success they've had at county level, they want an All-Ireland medal. So and it means more to go along the cliche. It means more to them because they've done it with lads that they've always known. And Declan said it to me yesterday, he's been playing for Ardmore for 30 years. Declan was playing under 12 when he was 7. So, I mean, he has given a lifetime service. He broke his wrist, by the way, during the summer. It looked like he mightn't play at all this year, and he's playing through the pain barrier. But he was immense yesterday, lads. I mean, he was absolutely amazing. I don't think I've ever seen Declan Prendergast take charge of a game like he did yesterday. It was phenomenal. And they were down to 13 men for a lot of it, and then 12 at the end. Yeah,
they were crazy odds-on favourites heading into the game. So there's obviously a bit of pressure with that. And then they go 2 men down and then a third man down. So it sounds like it was a bit of a mental game.
It was crazy. Wayne Hennessy was sent off with about 7 minutes to go. Obviously, I'm biased, but he threw himself into a tackle. Generally, it would be a yellow card, I think. The referee said dangerous play, so he got the red. The goalkeeper's one was in injury time at the end of the first half. look, I don't think any of us can have any complaints about that. He's a young guy. He's, just these things happen. So it was 13 men against 15 men. We were a point up going into the second half. Ballybacon got a bit of a run. And then, as Declan said, Ardmore just decided, right, we're going to have to run this ball, because if we puck it into space, which is what they were doing, Ballybacon were going to win it every time. They had the numerical advantage, but Ardmore, plain and simply, would have had just more hurling, and that's just a fact of it. So that's exactly what they did. There was a period of about 5 minutes in the second half where Ardmore just went on a run, moved the ball, ran it down the park. Seamus Keating really took charge of it. David and John Gartland boomed into it. James Flavin, who was the county minor fullback this year, was playing at wing forward. He was amazing. I mean, he won a mountain of ball and took on 2 and 3 lads at a time, and would have taken on more if they were available. And then Seamus got sent off at about 3 minutes to go, and at that stage the game was won. But yeah, it was crazy. But Ardmore, they just took charge of it, and I appreciate there were odds on. I appreciate they were the better team. But when you're 2 men down going into the second half of a Munster final, you do think, okay, they've done it against the odds. In those circumstances, they have done it against the odds. Hence the kind of, I went a bit overboard with the miracle of Mallow stuff.
Well, there you go. And I think everybody will indulge you this one time, Oisín. And so they're in the same, obviously, grade as Ballyragget, the infamous Ballyragget. Is it straight through to an All-Ireland final, or do they have to play? What happens now?
Ardmore will play Satanta of Donegal in the All-Ireland semi-final. Ballyragget were really pushed by Glenealy, actually, on Saturday. I mean, I won't say they were lucky to come out of it, but they were given a rattle. Apparently, Leighton Glynn had a really good game. But yeah, Ardmore will play Satanta, and Ballyragget will play. That must be whoever comes out of Connacht.
All right, good stuff. Thanks a million, Oisín.
We're mature guys, by the way. Real mature.
Oh, you're a pro. We're not.
You're definitely not.
Come on. How are we supposed to deal with this story for the rest of our lives? Anytime Ballyragget
Just keep using the word infamous.
Yeah. All right, let's move on, because there was lots of other GAA stories to tell you about at the weekend, none of which made the front pages for a change. Another final, another goal for O'Callaghan as Cuala bossed their way to another provincial title, hammering Kilcormac Calahi by 14 points. Some year for O'Callaghan, All-Ireland Club Senior Hurling Champion, Under-21 Leinster Football, Under-21 All-Ireland Football, Leinster Senior Football Championship, All-Ireland Senior Football, All-Star Young Footballer of the Year, Dublin Club Senior Hurling Championship, and Leinster Club Senior Hurling Championship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.
On the back of all the medals he won last year, which was at least, I think, another 5 thrown in there. It's quite the haul.
Yeah, it's not bad. Cuala did also find out who their All-Ireland semi-final opponents are going to be. It is Liam Mellows of Galway. They won the Galway Senior Hurling Championship for the first time in 47 years, beating Gort 312 to 115. On to Parnell Park. Big game in Parnell Park. The Women's All-Ireland Club Final. That is Cora Staunton. Cornichon won another All-Ireland Senior title. That's their 6th, as Cora Staunton signed off on the perfect note before beginning her women's AFL adventure. Here she is celebrating as defeat sinks in for Aisling O'Sullivan of Mourneabbey in Cork. That's the 3rd time in 4 years that Mourneabbey have lost the All-Ireland Final. So hopefully they can come back a little bit stronger next year and maybe not have to face the challenge of Cora Staunton in the final. Further pain for Kinsale of Cork as Meath's Dunboyne edged the Thrutter by a point to win the intermediate All-Ireland title also at Parnell Park. And Kilmessan of Meath won the All-Ireland Junior Camogie title on Sunday, beating Clanmorris of Kerry by 9 points to 5 after a replay. Elsewhere, Strably beat the Nair in the Waterford Senior Football Championship final. Achada.
Second one.
Achada. Blank stares all around. Achada of Cork beat Corduff to win the Ladies Junior All-Ireland final, and Kilkenny's Ballyragget, as we said, gave Glenealy a good rattle of Wicklow to win the Leinster Intermediate Hurling Championship final. The AFL Combine was also held in Dublin this weekend as some of the best young footballers in the country tried to impress coach Marty Clark, Mark Keane of Cork, and Anton Tohal of Derry going for a ball here. I presume Anton is some relation to Anthony.
I'm not going to presume.
No?
But there's a body of evidence there that would suggest that he is.
Yeah. All right. Marty Clark. I'd say, Marty, you better watch, when the True Gaels get wind of the fact that you're trying to ship off some of our best young players, offering them a career where they might get paid to do a thing they love. It's terrible.
Disgraceful behaviour.